Hello everyone, welcome to FUTURISTIFY. Hope everyone who are watching this video are hale and healthy. So honestly speaking, I'm really excited to make this video because this is my first video of this channel. Since I'm new, you guys can call me Mr. Future. So why waste time? Let's do it. In this video, we are going to see top 7 video games in PS4. I know that many of you own a PS4 and seriously, you might not know which is the best one or you might bought the worst game. So as a fix for this, you must watch this video until the end. Let's start with number 7. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Assassin's Creed Valhalla puts in the shoes of Viking era as the Vikings expand their reach into England. If you enjoy playing games for days and weeks on end, then this is definitely one to consider as it has nearly 100 hours worth of gameplay. The game also introduces a new upgrade tree letting you unlock new abilities as you progress. Assassin's Creed Valhalla also has new raiding mechanic letting you acquire wealth and resources to upgrade your settlement. I think this game really deserves top 10, right? Following number 6, Days Gone. Formerly a PlayStation exclusive, Days Gone is now available on PC, complete with a whole host of fixes and enhancements that make it the definite way to play. Clambering aboard your hog and driving through the Pacific Northwest, our review describes it as a workman-like open-world adventure that's elevated into something special by its spectacular horde, fightings, ambitious scope, and warmly written characters. The only thing spoiling it slightly are the mandatory stealth missions that can end in instant failure if you're not careful. World missions add to the appeal of its exhaustive world, from clearing out forts, navigating a research facility, or rescuing captive locals from the Ripple cult. Now that it's on PC, Days Gone has seen its first PC mods, from slowing the zombies' pace to a classic movie shamble, or reshading the game to look like Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead remake. Whether it's playing the game for the first time or revisiting it to explore the creations of the modding scene, Days Gone deserves its spot on this list if only so people can give it a real chance on PC. Number 5. Marvel Spider-Man. Marvel Spider-Man is developed by Insomniac Games, the masterminds behind the Ratchet & Clank franchise and also the underrated game Sunset Overdrive. You don the role of the web swinger in this adventure, but it isn't an origin story. Peter Parker has been Spider-Man for a few years now, and the story of the game revolves around a new villain, Mr. Negative. It also brings the Sinister Six into the picture, and you have a bunch of famous Spider-Man baddies to encounter. One of the best things about the game is the web swinging throughout the New York City. To be honest, it feels natural, fluid, and above all, it is a lot of fun. The game also has an interesting set of side quests that you can take on. The story of the game is quite unique and not a retelling of any Spider-Man tale we have heard so far. If you're looking to play a fun-filled adventure that will appeal to kids and young adults alike, then this is the game for you. Let's continue with number 4. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, a cross-generation game available for the PS4 and the PS5. Spider-Man Miles Morales follows the story of Miles soon after he gets his new spider abilities. This is a coming-of-age story for Miles, and he comes to grips with the idea that with great power comes great responsibility. The game takes place in the same city of New York as the first Spider-Man game, but this time around the focus is on Harlem and Miles battles new foes. He also has some new abilities that enhance the combat in the game. Visually, the game is a step up from its predecessor, especially when you consider the visual fidelity of a snow-covered New York City. Number 3. Gran Turismo Sport. I know that you know about this game, right? Gran Turismo Sport is a racing video game developed by Polyphony Digital and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment for the PlayStation 4, aka PS4. It was released in October 2017 and is the 13th game in the Gran Turismo series and the 17th game in the main series. One of the Gran Turismo Sport's main focuses is competitive online racing, supported by the international governing body of motorsport, the Fédération Internationale des Automobiles, aka FIA, and serving as the platform for the FIA certified Gran Turismo Championships. The game launched with 168 cars and 29 track updates have brought the count to 334 cars and 82 track configurations as of December 2019. The free updates also added a more traditional single-player campaign mode to the game. Gran Turismo Sport was originally announced to be fully compatible with Sony's virtual reality headset, aka PlayStation VR. However, VR support was later announced to be limited to a dedicated VR tour mode. Number 2. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. I know that you thought it would be only the normal version, right? After the normal version, Criterion, the developer of this game, created a masterpiece which is the remastered edition of this game. This game is an absolute monster because of the content. The game itself has all sorts of cars which must be unlocked by the player, aka you. The game is awesome because it has 2 modes, which until I know it is the chasing and escaping. This is an awesome game, to be honest, but not as good as the game in our number 1 list. And finally, number 1, NFS Heat, aka Need for Speed Heat. Not that hit, but Heat. After all the games produced by NFS, the final behemoth, here it is. Still burned by the 2017's Need for Speed Payback, I wasn't sure Need for Speed Heat was going to be the sale the series needed. But this open world street racer has some surprising back to it. Heat is a remarked return to form, owing its success to ingredients plucked from a few of the franchise's mostly fondly remembered games. It took more attempts than it would have been ideal, but the developer, Ghost, has finally built a racer that feels fittingly faithful to the roots of Need for Speed. Heat is hotly revolutionary, but it is fast, fun, and streets ahead of 2017's proper disappointing Need for Speed Payback. This game is one of the most favorite open world plus racing game in the history of mankind. So that's all for today. And if you had watched to this far, you're amazing, to be honest. So if you want more games or others like Xbox, PS4 and Nintendo Switch or more other content, do make sure to subscribe, punch, kick or do any other attacking tricks to it. And also don't forget to hit the notification bar and comment below so I can know what type of content to make for my next video. See you next time.